Hello everyone, welcome to Just James Games. Today we're playing Titan Souls. So Titan Souls is a indie game. I'm currently playing it on the PlayStation 4. It is interesting. You are a character with a bow and one single arrow, and you have to take on creatures that are much larger than you. As you can see, I haven't played this before. You'll see that also while I go through the game, because I haven't received any achievements. I have seen the first area of this game played, and nothing else. And it's a trip. So this game, unlike the rest of the games on my series, really, I'm kind of doing it backwards. So with my Mega Man series and a few other series, I edit out a lot of the deaths just because they're annoying. Well, unfortunately, there are no regular enemies, there's only bosses. There's 19 bosses, and you die a lot. So I'm kind of doing this one in reverse. As you see, I'm just kind of getting used to the controls because, once again, I haven't actually played this before. So I'm going through, I'm kind of pressing the buttons, and now I'm standing still for some reason. Just trying to figure this out. There's 19 bosses. That's it. That's all there is to this game. There's an amazing background and area, and there's 19 bosses. And pretty much everyone who's ever played this, I don't think anyone's walked into this game and did a perfect game not dying once. I don't even think that's a thing. I don't even know if you can do a perfect game in this, but it's possible. There's an amazing overworld. Everything about this game is to make you feel small. You are a small character. And that's literally everything there is about this game. And it is absolutely amazing. It was so much fun to play this. It was incredibly frustrating. That's a save point. As you can see, there's 4 dots around the sign. It means there's 4 bosses in this area. And here comes the first one. I know YouTube's gonna be like, your screen is shaking. Yes, thank you. I'm playing a game. It's supposed to shake. We can fix that for you. Alright, so every boss has one weak point. Every boss will die in one hit of that weak point. And you will die in one hit as well. You are a weak point. But I blended this together so that it's just constant. It doesn't respawn me back at the... You respawn back at the save point, and then you go back to the boss fight. And ultimately, while I was playing this, it was literally, oh my god, I just want to be right back there. I just want to do this again. So that's what I wanted to create in this video. So this series will be a series of my deaths. So, but it's actually the gameplay is too, because you die a lot. So that's why it's opposite of like other shows on my channel. And I will be literally doing it exactly the opposite. I will have the regular series with the game, with all the deaths and me walking back here every time cut out. So that's going to be the noise. And then at the end of the series, I'll have the perfect run. So I'll have, as if I didn't die a single time, the playthrough, and I'll cut out of all of the walking from place to place. It'll just be boss battles. And yeah, that will be the end of this. This was, I think, 3.5, almost 4 hours. I got that heart. So yeah, now I got that Titan Soul. Now I'm ready to go to the next one. So much fun. So yeah, 3.5, almost 4 hours, somewhere in between there, of complete video, and then all that's going to be edited down to quite a lot less. I don't know how much yet, but now I know there are YouTubers out there that play a game, stop, wait for comments and people, and I got squished right away. Oh god, that looks so great. You have no idea how annoying it is to walk back to these rooms from that save point every single time. Oh yeah, and this pattern's pretty easy. It's 4, and he shoots. 4, and then he shoots. So it's just a matter of getting him where you can actually shoot the eye. And then he's done. Just like that. So much anticipation for silence. So I will show walking from one boss to the other. There's a couple times where I went the wrong way, but I'll fix it. So you won't even know. But, oh god, this one was hard. This is a lovely boss, and here I am trying to figure out, because again, I've seen this area before. This is the opening. I never saw anybody play actually through this. Yeah. Before, and now that I've actually played through it, I can understand why I've never seen anybody play through it. Because this game is pretty ridiculous. Alright, so he needs to stand on the fire pieces, which are those 4 sides, you know, like northeast, southwest. If he sits on one of those, the flame goes. I need to be positioned across from him so that I can shoot the arrow through the flame and then melt the ice, just like that. And now that the brain's exposed, I can hit his brain. If I can hit his brain, because he jumps ridiculously long. It stays on the ground for a brief second. And if I screw up, the brain will squish me. And at this time I'm trying to like get my freaking arrow. Okay. Got my arrow, and then when you're pulling back on your arrow, you can't move. You're basically frozen in that spot. So yeah, and every boss has a pattern, so it's not impossible. This game is nowhere near impossible. There are parts of this game that can get quite impossible, but I don't think ultimately... Yeah, I got squished there. that any aspect of this is actually impossible. It's all very difficult though. What's nice is that from beginning to end, all the bosses have their little quirks, their little things that make them unique, but they're not like, yeah, that was a wonderful dodge. There's nothing that makes them ultimately impossible. It may feel like that, and it did feel like that for several of them a few times, but ultimately it's just persistence. It's pretty easy to figure out for the most part how to get to the boss's weakness. In reality, while playing this, I didn't have to look up how to defeat the bosses, even though that's literally everything out there. I had to look up how to find the bosses, and that's nowhere out there. None of the freaking wiki or IGN or anything, they just tell you how to defeat the bosses. I'm like, oh, that's great, it's kind of obvious. There's a flashy bit, or there's something that's remotely different colored. Yeah, you have to hit that. It's a very basic concept. I don't need to know how to really do that. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. How do I find these bosses? Because that's the part where in the opening area it tells you, it's pretty obvious. Outside of that, it opens up into a huge open world area, and it's really difficult to figure out where the hell these guys are. So that's the part where I truly struggled with, and that's where I needed some help, and I looked that up. But I think I made it through literally every boss but the very last one without having to look up how to defeat the bosses, because it's a pretty simple concept. But the last one's not. But we'll see that in however many episodes it takes to get there. So, as this game is just literally defeating bosses, I think putting the boss battles in there, fading them one into the other, and just getting rid of the noise of respawning, walking all the way back, especially in, like, as the bosses get later, there's a much longer distance to walk. Yay, I finally shot the brain.